not only are we impacting the next generation in our familial structure, but we are also injecting some of this information and passion into the generation before us, our parents, our aunties, our uncles, our grandparents, in a sense.
Yeah.
And what that looks like is, I'll just share a story with you. So I wrote a book called Unlearn the Lies. And in the book, I talk about the 7 specific lies that many of us tell ourselves that keep us suffering in silence when it comes to getting support for our mental health. So these are the barriers that we either were fed by community, from our family, from social media, from whatever, and we perpetuate these lies and it keeps us stuck. So I wrote this book to highlight these lies and to talk about how we can unlearn these lies. And there was one chapter in the book that's titled "Suicide is the Only Way to End Depression." Suicide is the only way to end depression. And for many people who are depressed and hopeless and feel helpless, they think that suicide is the only option. That's going to give them that freedom, that liberation from the pain. However, the truth is that suicide doesn't end the pain. It just passes it on to the people who are left behind. And so I wrote that chapter because I was in that space at one point in my life. And listen to this, Jonathan. My mom bought my book and she read my book. And she said, out of all of the chapters that you wrote about, that was the only one that stuck out for me. And I said, but why, Mom? She said, because everything you described in that chapter, I was once there. And I can share this openly because my mom has shared this openly on a webinar that I invited her to at one point, just to share, right? And so because she said it out loud, I can talk her business because she already did it. But she said the reason why that resonated with me is because I was once suicidal. Like I was once battling these thoughts. And as a matter of fact, I almost ended it all and ended the life of my children. But because of the certain circumstances, I didn't make that decision. And she said, Abe, if you didn't write that book and articulate that in the way that you did, I don't think I would have ever been able to say the fact, to admit that I was once in that position, and thank God I'm no longer there. And so I share that story just to kind of highlight the impact that the work we are doing and how it is not just affecting the next generation and those who are coming behind us, but it's also empowering, the generations before us to say, yo, I've been there, or I know what that feels like, and let's talk about it. So we're having these honest conversations, and like Fani mentioned, it's a work in progress. And so we can't just expect to go deep right out the gate, but we can create the environment so that everyone feels safe and they know that they're not going to be judged if they open up.